did this work very specifically for this space, the main hall of Clay Arch Museum in Guimet. When we look to the space, it's a circle, a cylinder with a vault, a dome in glass with a structure. What I like the most is that there is a kind of interaction in between the space and the work, but also the structure of the bamboo, the structure of the dome, and every day light will show the work in a different way. And this I really appreciate about it. And make this space so specific. And I wanted to make one work only in this huge space that could take all the space from the bottom, from the ground, to the first level. So I was thinking of a spiral coming from the ground and where the visitors could get inside where I am now and also go around and go also with the stairs to the first floor and get another view from the first floor. The dynamic of the form, of course the spiral is a very dynamic form, but it comes from a movement from Aikido where we come from horizontality and slowly movement going to verticality and diagonal like this. So it's a movement going this way up. When I come to Korea for several times now and get invitation to have a major solo show in this museum in Clay Arch. Of course, I wanted to work with several of the traditional and cultural heritage in ceramic from Korea. And one of them is Buncheong. And I learned that Buncheong is coming after Celadon. And Celadon for me is something very precise decoration. And Buncheong for me is something which is very free. A free way for decoration. This is one of the definitions of Buncheong. So I tried to find different ways and I made 3 works based on this technique, Buncheong. So the first one is a Buncheong melon. Why melon? Because, well, when I come in last autumn in Guimet, it was full of fruits, full of melons, and I found that the melon in Korea has a very beautiful skin, full of patterns that I decided to print into clay, make silicone molds, and then print again into clay in order to have all these styles that will cover this shape. There is different kind of firings. The goal was to have a very alive surface. The second work is a Buncheong wall. This wall is the 4th one of a series of wall I already made in the past. The first one was dedicated to Africa. It was a wall made with red clay. The second wall was dedicated to Middle East, another very important culture for me with a color which is turquoise, kind of blue from Middle East. The third one was a homage to Asia with Celadon, this very specific glaze from Korea, China, and Japan. And this is the 4th one. So the brick, as we can see, is handmade. It is made with little quantity of clay, displayed into a mold in a very free way, once more time. For me, my activity, my actions with clay, I try to be as much free as possible. And it creates a kind of movement into the material. that is amplified by the contrast from the surface to the inner space, which is in white for the Buncheon technique. One of the goals of this work is to have a visual porosity, so the people can look and their eyes can go on all the surface and see all the different movements. It's like a writing, a very ancient writing. There is different kind of firing that can show some differences about the color. So usually the Buncheon technique is used on ceramic with some traditional patterns. Red or brown clay with white slip and brush and sometimes washed a little bit. So I made some special tools for that and make these sticks that will be displayed like the term is like a mikado, like woods in a wild way. The name of this work is Ductile. In French, I think in English the same, and in Korean I don't know the name. There is a little story behind this work, which is one day one of my colleagues in the school where I teach in Switzerland told me, well, Jack, I would like one day please to make a work with you together. And she came a few weeks or months later with a video showing her body of pregnant woman, nearly 9 months, with all the movement of the baby inside her. So when I saw the video, I was immediately thinking to Munjar and Korea. In many traditions, the vessel, the body is a jar, and human body is connected. And when I see the Munjar, first time coming to Korea, I was thinking this is a body. In fact, people can think it is a vase. No, it's a body. So I decided from the video to make a Munjar in my studio and push the clay from inside as the baby do that when he is in the body of the woman. First to see the video, and then please come, put one hand on the vase, on the Munjar, close eyes, and slowly try to remember.